gosh, 20 years writing together on culture, leadership, and particularly leading through a crisis. As we have written our 12th book together, Leading with Gratitude, we thought we would share with you some ideas around how important culture is, particularly in a crisis. We talk about leading with gratitude, how important that is to make people feel valued and assured. The definition of a winning culture, which we think is so important, where people believe what they do matters. They feel valued.
Especially during tough times. Let's tell you a little story how we began our book, Leading with Gratitude. It was actually during the last of the recession, during 2008. We were working with Gary Ridge, who was the CEO of WD-40 Company. Gary said wherever he was going, the people were worrying about him, and they kept asking, Gary, are you okay? And he says, eventually I realized they weren't asking if I was okay. They were asking if we were okay, if our company was okay. So he says, I came back to his executive team and he said, guys, he says, let's not waste a good crisis. Everywhere our people are going to go, they're going to hear about the horror. But when they come work for us, they're going to hear about hope. So he established a few rules. First was that no lying, no faking, no hiding conversation. He says, we're going to communicate with our people every day. And he says, especially during this crisis, we're going to up our investment in people development. We're going to do more training, development, not less. And we're going to make sure that gratitude is always tied to our core values. They trained every manager in how to give effective gratitude. Well, they had record earnings by the end of this recession and a 99% employee engagement score. It seems unrealistic, but it's amazing but true. And they saw a 300% increase. Not a misprint, exactly. A 300% increase in their market cap over that time. What happens with great leaders during tough times is that they become more grateful to their people, not less. Right, Chess?
Absolutely. And it brings us to this idea of how do you keep hope alive? How do you engage the hearts and minds of your people and make sure they're focused on the right behaviors? It's really interesting. We talk about going back to university, don't we? Gratitude 101.
Yeah.
And one of the leaders that we studied that was so remarkable, Alan Mulally. For those of you that are car buffs, you'll remember that Alan was the one who saved the Ford Motor Company in the last recession. In fact, his journey was chronicled in a wonderful book called American Icon.